Rapunzel, let down your hair. No. Ew. Hair is a very important part of our identity as a human. Take me, for example. I would not be Glitter without the pink. I mean, yeah, the glitter, but the pink hair, it's iconic. I started my channel with pink hair. Everybody knows me as that pink-haired girl. My entire class used to call me Pinky because there were 4 other Emilys, and there were already an Emily H, and so what do? Pinky. Yeah. Hair is a very big part of identity. So what happens when people are not happy that your hair will forever look a certain way because your man almost died and cut your hair to save you? We're going to talk about that today. Yes, today I finally get to talk about one of my all-time favorite Disney movies, Rapunzel, or Tangled as we know it as. So this story follows, obviously, a girl with really long hair. But unlike the original version, this one is more magical, more mystical. So keep that in mind if you haven't seen Tangled. This is something that you're gonna have to know the background of and understand why this is such a big deal. So basically in the beginning of the movie, a king and queen are about to give birth to a child, and the child and the mother seemingly have some complications where it looks like they're not doing so well and they might not even make it, maybe both of them, maybe just one, through childbirth. So the king sets out his people to look for this magical, mystical flower, and they find it, and they take the flower, and through the help of this magical, powerful flower, they are able to conceive a beautiful, healthy baby girl. The queen is alive, everything is well. This baby girl has beautiful hair that is golden like the sun, but there's a problem. The flower was guarded by an old evil woman who was like, no, I'm gonna be young forever. How dare you take my flower? I'm going to take your child now. And the child then gets kidnapped and is raised in a tower far, far away, but not too far because apparently it was not far enough because she can still see the lanterns that they cast out every year in hopes that the young princess will see and return home. You could have at least changed her birthday if you didn't want her to get suspicious, because, is it a coincidence that, the girl with really long, magical, powerful hair is, seeing lanterns on her birthday every year? That's a whole nother discussion. But anyway, the premises of Disney's Tangled Rapunzel. She has magical golden hair now because of this flower. And the thing about this magical hair of hers is that if she were to cut it, it would never grow back. It would practically wilt like a flower. If you cut a flower at the stem, the flower will wilt and it will never grow back, just like her hair. So her hair has this mystical property that can, one, heal people and keep people young. That is also a very big important thing that you need to understand about her hair to understand why people are mad. So Rapunzel inevitably escapes and she goes out to see the world and the joy of being outside her tower for the first time in her 18 years of life with this random man who tried to steal stuff from her named Flynn Rider. Yeah. But wait, his name is actually Eugene. So if you hear me saying Eugene, because I kind of call him Eugene instead of Flynn. Eugene, who is now her love interest and man of the story. They fall in love, and yet tragedy strikes when they fall in love because the her evil mother, finds her and drags her back to the tower. And so, like any kind and dashing prince, Eugene, here he is, climbs up the tower to save his girl who is literally bound and changed and gagged literally in her home tower just to be stabbed by the evil mother. And now as he lay on the floor bleeding out and dying, his only wish to protect the girl that he loves most, the girl who showed him the good in himself and led him to change his life of being a thug and a thief into someone who is new and kind. Here he is on the floor dying, and in his last attempt to save her, he chops her hair off with a slice of glass that was broken in order to save her from having to be this practical, healing slave for this old woman for the entirety of her life. And you would think, wow, what a kind guy. He doesn't care about her looks. He only cares about her, and what's important to him is that his girlfriend is alive. That's beautiful. No. People are so mad mad because her hair got chopped into this little pixie cut. So let's talk about that. So this is why I wanted to make this video, because I feel like as a kid, I understood both sides of this. I understood why Flynn/Eugene did what he did. He wanted to save the girl that he loved so that in his dying moments, because he was like, I'm dying, and I want to save the girl I love, cuts her hair off so that she can kind of be protected, so that she doesn't have to spend her entire life being this like slave to this woman who just wants to use her for her hair. Does she ever really care about her at all? No. It doesn't seem like it. It seems like she never actually had real feelings for Rapunzel, because Mother Gothel, by the way, the evil woman, she literally has so many scenes where instead of saying I love you to Rapunzel, she says I love you to her hair. Yeah, evil woman. Very vile, very evil, and so I see why he did what he did. He wanted to protect her, and so he cut her hair so that she didn't have to serve under this woman anymore. But I also understood as a kid, and even kind of now as an adult, I still do understand where people are coming from. A lot of people don't like the pixie cut, the hair that Flynn gave her. I honestly don't care, because I think it looks cute. Some people were like, no, Rapunzel is not Rapunzel without her long, luscious golden hair. That doesn't make her Rapunzel. You could have gave her a little bit more length instead of cutting it up here. Like, you made it jagged, you made it gross. This man was dying. He was bleeding out on the floor. He was dying. His last wish was not, oh, I better give my girlfriend a good cut. She got to get that good cut before I die. No. His only thought was him trying to save her. And like, he knows that if he cuts her hair off, he's a goner. He's dead. The hair is the only thing, logically, we'll get to that can save him. And yet he disregards all of that and chops the hair off so that Flynn/Eugene can die knowing that his woman is safe. And obviously, as we've seen in Tangled, that is not how the story goes. He does cut her hair. He does kind of help defeating Mother Gothel because the hair is gone, and so she starts to wither and eventually, falls out of the tower and assumingly dies. And so we do see the part where Rapunzel is sobbing, she's crying over her dude who is literally bleeding out and dying on the floor, and luckily there is still a little bit of trace and magic from this flower left within her, to where when she cries tears of sadness, it brings him back to life. The typical trope, but it kind of works because she's magical and she's got this magical flower, and I know some people don't like that, but if you actually think about it, it kind of makes sense because her body absorbs the power. That's how it gets to the hair. So if you think about it the way I think about it, with like the last remaining ounce of magic in her being, she saves him. And I'm not gonna talk about the Rapunzel series because I haven't seen that yet. There is a animated series on Disney Channel that has gone over all the characters and added new characters, and it's really great. I just haven't seen it yet, so I'm not gonna be talking about that. We're just talking about the Disney movie today. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of baffles me that people are like, her hair is so ugly. I don't think it's ugly, but I understand where people are coming from, because if you actually take a look at the marketing for Rapunzel many, many years after, present times, they still use her with the long hair because that's Rapunzel. Rapunzel is a character who is known for having long hair. Regardless of what hair color it is, it's usually typically blonde, but it could be any color. It could be pink if you even wanted to go down that road. It's a girl with extremely long hair who is locked in a tower. That is the basis of Rapunzel. And so her character is centered around her hair. Her hair is what gives her character its meaning, its purpose of the story. So cutting it off, obviously, takes out her character purpose. She no longer really serves a purpose, and that's why they ended the movie afterwards. Hair gets cut off, she goes home, she reconnects with her parents, and then she becomes the princess. Wow, and she gets married and lives happily ever in the movie. Yeah. Yeah. But part of me still finds it so baffling that people are like, the hair is ugly. Like, in this man's dying moments, he chops her hair off just to save her. And yet people are mad about it. Like, I understand. I do understand. I know where people are coming from, but it's mind-boggling that people don't look at the bigger picture of the movie. That he was on his deathbed. He did not expect to even survive. He cut the hair off. That was his last chance at being able to heal himself and stay alive. In his last moments, he said, screw me, I'm gonna try to save you, the person I care about most in the world. I don't care if you have a pixie cut or not. And that's the beautiful thing about Eugene. He did not care that her hair was short. He did not care that her hair was now brown. He cared that his woman was alive. That's what he cared about. And it's just baffling to me that there are people who genuinely are just mad that the hair got cut. Yeah, cut. I can speak English. Yes, it is a marketing thing, and yes, I agree. I personally do like the long hair with the blonde. I think it just matches, and I think it looks good with her green eyes, but I understand why, and I understand feeling that upsetness at like seeing this, but in the moment, I think you had to be there like I was in the theater as like a young kid, because this movie means a lot to me. This movie is the reason that I like actually have pink hair now, because when I was a kid, I told my mom that I was gonna have long blonde hair, and she was like, you're not bleaching your hair, because my hair is brown naturally, and she's like, you're not bleaching your hair. Sorry, mother. It means a lot to me. And so just seeing that in theater, you could feel the rush of emotions. You could feel what Eugene was feeling at this moment. He did not care about anything else but protecting the person closest to him, the person that he loves. And that's what Tangled is about. It's not about your looks. It's not about beauty standards. It's about caring for people. It's about trying to protect those that you love. Yes, the hair was great, but Rapunzel's whole shtick with this magical hair is that she could heal people. She could protect people. But at the end of the day, her hair is not what saved the day. It was Eugene. Eugene saved her, which allowed her to save him, which allowed her to go back and do her dream of going and finding where she came from. So at the end of the day, was the hair cool? Yes, but it's just hair. In her case, it won't grow back, but that's what wigs are for. Let me know how you guys feel down below in the comments about the hair. I know a lot of people really hate it. A lot of people are like me and like it's not a big deal, but let me know, how do you feel? What are your feelings about the hair cutting scene in Tangled? Let me know down below in the comments. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!